Come on, Aaron. Introduce the segment. What are you waiting for? Come on, Aaron. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on, Aaron. Bring it up. Come on, let's go. We're waiting. We're all waiting for the segment. Why haven't you started? Aaron, where's the segment at?
3, 2, 1.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight out of the Scarlet Halls and so close to my Coltiran beautiful heritage armor, I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, and Horde Punching Bag.
Ooh, boys, it's almost here. Wrestlemania is right around the corner.
You know what? It's actually a little difficult to record right now because I have the Mania sign just floating outside of my window, and it's just full lights on, blaring. And it's usually beautiful when you look at it from a distance, but being like 6 feet in front of me, it's a little cumbersome.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little hard for me to record this week too because I just got arrested on Raw last night.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wonder how they're gonna do the main event of Raw of WrestleMania when they arrested all three of the main eventers. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch are currently spending time in prison for assaulting officers, destroying property, beating up each other. It's fucked up.
It's clearly going to be a Scars Behind Bars match, like in '93, when Tori Wilson shot that tornado at Trish Stratus and took all her clothes off.
You know, I was thinking, since Mania is going to be in New Jersey, we just have a second go at Jersey Justice. You know, bring in Michelle Visage, bring in her big-ass titties. We're ready to go.
We should have a WrestleMania viewing party in Morales. We should just sit down in the streets and just live commentate at a fake screen and see if anyone sits down and joins us.
You know Ken Graymane's going to be there. I'm a man of principle, but I love women punching each other. It's just what I enjoy.
I can't believe they announced a match where it's Grookey versus Aaron in the ring. I'm just surprised, Aaron. I didn't know you were going to be at WrestleMania.
I'm finally going to take this time to take that little Cheeto dust monkey out.
You know, the odds are stacked against you, though, because it is a lumberjack match, and the whole Grookey gang is going to be there.
I'll take on every member of the Grookey gang as my tiny weepy boy watches from my back pocket.
Oh, man.
The Sobel squad will never be defeated.
I'm going to give you so many low blows. It's going to be great. Hope you're ready.
I'll make sure to puff my eyes out and my lips out in an exaggerated manner every time you give me a low blow. Ooh!
You might see Hornswoggle, because you know Hornswoggle is definitely on that Grookey gang, and he's hiding under that ring, ready to bite your ankles.
just like the Grookey gang deserves.
Wow. But what did you guys do in the wonderful World of Warcraft? Aaron, what did you do? I'm going to ask you first, because I always ask you first.
Yes. The wonderful World of Warcraft was a constant companion this week as I went through work training. I pretty much would put in 8 hours training at work, and then I'd come home and put in 6 hours on my boy Randallman. Growliina got a little jealous because she was barely played this week, as it was all about my boy Randall as he worked his way down through Stranglethorn. And gosh oh golly, going through Stranglethorn, do I wish I knew how to fly.
Yeah, that's quite a brave place to zone in, I'd say, because fuck that. It's just like kill 25 cheetahs, not kill 25 gorillas, not kill 100 giraffes.
Yeah,
Why?
That was my favorite. I did not know if that part would ever end. It was, it's kill 25 cheetahs. Kill 25 big cheetahs. Kill 25 bigger cheetahs. Kill the big cheetah. And I'm like, wow, this was my day.
Do you know who to blame for that? Because I know exactly who made those quests.
Is it my good friend Jeff Kaplan?
Yep, it's Daddy Jeff. Papa Jeff made those quests, so it's his fucking fault.
Thanks, Jeff. I would make an Overwatch reference at you, but I haven't played in 3 months.
His Reinhardt shield broke.
There you go.
Brigitte.
His
There you go.
His Lucios are dry.
There you go.
Woo! Jackpot.
Or you fucking
Other
got
than
him.
that, I was cruising for Moggs with Growliina, trying to dress her up all pretty before I remembered that there is now a canonical image of her, and I had to all change that back to the Duskhaven dress. But it's okay, it's what she looks best in.
Oh god, are you only going to keep her in one transmog for the rest of her life now? Is that going to be what she wears?
No, she'll probably vary, although that hat, being one of 6 things that have ever looked good on her, is probably going to be a universal constant now. I'll wait
That's
until her
fair.
YouTube career to keep it all the same Mog. I'm looking at you, Mad Season, with your awful BC armor. Why did you make yourself look like that, Mad Season?
Oh
It's
god,
so
we can't start a
bad.
beef. We can't start a cross community beef. What are you doing? He's gonna eat us up.
You guys are going down. I'm going to end your podcast right now.
We're dead. That's it.
So while
Pump
we
it up,
still have
pump it up.
time to talk about it, immunization, what did you do this week?
This week, similar to what Aaron said, I spent the majority of my time on my new Cultiran alt, and I have been leveling through the 60s. I chose to go to Outland, which I am now deeply, deeply regretting.
I say I'm so sorry.
I
They
made
gave
the
you a
wrong
choice for a
decision,
reason.
and I am very sad about it. I made it through the Hellfire Peninsula for the first time, and I thought I wasn't going to make it.
He was on the verge of going insane. He kept going, ugh, and I'm like, what was wrong? He's like, I hate this place. Because we realized we've never gotten the Lore Master achievement, because we always end up starting there, and they're like, fuck this, we're dungeoning our way out of here.
Yeah, that's literally how it always goes, because now I've gotten to Zangramarsh and I've literally never been here before.
I have probably spent 75% of my BC era content just running Hellfire Ramparts over and over again because it's the shortest one just to get out of there.
Yeah, but I'm out of there. I hope Zangramarsh is a little bit better, because I'm gonna try to keep going through it until I get
It's
up
not.
to Mop.
It's got mushrooms.
I will say one thing, it's a little prettier.
You don't win in BC. You just do a little bit better each zone. Just try and get to Netherstorm, and then you can just hang out on purple rocks, I guess.
Yeah, as
Ooh.
opposed to the Hellfire Peninsula, the hanging out on the pinkish rocks.
Well, at least Old Legrand is kind of nice. It's got grass.
If I ever make it there. But yeah, that's what I did this week. Slide, what did you get up to this week in WoW?
Similar to Growliina, my mage has been kind of abandoned, pushed aside. I did do a Mystic 10, got a 415 belt, which is pretty cool. So I've been rocking a 385 with socket, because apparently that's better than wearing a 410 belt. I don't know what sense that makes. But on my Kultiran, he is, as of 20 minutes ago, level 107. So he is
And
super fucking close.
I saw he just murdered his first. What was the last class I was on? And I saw that he earned the achievement of killing one of every single class. So what was the last one that you needed to collect?
I'm not sure. It was in a PvP. I was in a battleground, so I didn't get to see his face exactly. I was just hitting whoever was lowest, and then it was probably, I think it was a blood elf. No, it could have been a blood elf. I don't know, but I would probably be 110 by now if I didn't have a literal 2-hour skirmish with a Maghar orc shaman. We fought up and down Valshara, and then we both moved to High Mountain at the same time. So we just were questing side by side, murdering each other every single chance we get. And
were you actually killing each other, or was it just
Yes.
like the eternal battle? Then someone would go and lick their wounds.
Oh no, people were dead. He started it. Let me remind you. If you guys remember when you're questing with Ysira and she put you on her back and you have to kill 50 flower things with like her breath, so you're just pressing 111 on the ground and she's bombing stuff. Well, this smartass decided to run ahead of me and he started bombing the flowers I was bombing. So he was getting them first. So I was like, you left me no choice. I have to kill you so I can bomb these flowers. And so I did. And thus began a 2-hour fight that I think ended up with me dying 25 times and him dying about 27.
Well, at least he came out on top.
Well, he must have called for help because I tell you, I was just sitting there invisible, seeing what he was doing, and then all of a sudden, I see a hunter roll up next to him. He called in a hunter friend to start flaring the area to try to find me because I was a rogue and invisible. So that pissed me off.
That's petty.
Yeah, well, you know what? I killed both of them, so I feel pretty good. I feel pretty strong, I feel scary, and I think I'm officially the bad guy. Rogues are the bad guys. They always have been, and I think I'm the bad guy, guys. I don't know what to do about it.
Ooh, scary spice.
Yeah, 107. It's crazy how fast Draenor leveling is. It's so super quick.
New main alert?
I don't know. Maybe. I really like how they play. But then, I haven't even tried the other specs yet. So what if I love those specs too? And being able to eat range casters.
From my experience with rogues, I would definitely say you picked the most fun one. But I also just don't like rogues, so that's probably why I went with outlaw in the first place. I'm like, these are greasy warriors. It sounds like you very much enjoy the going invisible, sneaking around aspects. So I definitely say, what is it, assassination and subtlety?
Well, they can all do that.
Well, they can all do that, but they have more skills suited to that, where outlaw is definitely going to be a lot more of your, in-your-face stuns with a shotgun type of guy.
That's true. So, Immune chose to level in Outland. I chose to level in Northrend. I'm curious. Randomman's what, 52, 50, 51?
Randomman is 50. I honestly don't know. I might keep doing Eastern Kingdoms and just skip those two.
But it would take you forever to level, wouldn't it?
I thought it... I may be blowing myself up on pod. If there is no difference, I'm going to stay in the Eastern Kingdoms. If there is a difference, I'm going to refer you to a large tattoo located between my shoulder blades that says "Never do BC." We're going to Northrend if that's the case.
Northrend's fun. Outland sucks. So don't even think about going to Outland. I also would recommend highly using Battlegrounds to level. I have used Battlegrounds to level this past 4 or 5 levels in Legion, and it's pretty damn good, and it's pretty fucking fast, so highly recommend it.
I'll have to sprinkle some in.
Sprank.
Munch, munch, crunch, crunch.
Speaking of Sprank, we're talking about how dumb of a Pokemon Spoink is. Spoink.
Oh.
Yes. Are we referring to his fire typing with 0 fire move? Well, he's a fire type, right?
No, he's a little pig. He's a little pig.
No, he's a psychic.
I think he's just psychic, right?
Yeah, he's just psychic. But well, there you go. Then I was about to make fun of his fire typing he doesn't have, but I can now make fun of the fact that he has a heart that is linked to his springing. So when he faints, he dies.
I don't know. I actually kind of like Grumpig though.
Ugh, gross.
I was always really frightened of Grumpig because he has facial piercings on his forehead, and I remember being like, I don't want to hang out with a Pokemon that is that intense. I'm gonna keep my cute boys over here. Clearly something has gone wrong in Grumpig's life that he has decided to express himself in this way.
Well, I can see that. Well, speaking of being dead like Spoink when he stops jumping, I'm really curious to see how our raid team's going to do with the news we got recently, which I don't think you know yet, Aaron.
I do not, because I had visitors here on Thursday, last the raid team met, so this is new information to me. Do tell.
Well, Thursday was pretty light, so we just kind of ran normals to gear up everyone's alts, which is good, because, we need to have more off-kinks and off stuff.
Stop, you ran normal and I was gone again.
We ran normal. And we cleared normal. Not really. We actually didn't clear Jaina. But we almost did. I think that probably would have been worse, though. Wouldn't it have been worse if you joined normal and then you made it to the last pulled Jaina, and then lost, and then called it a night?
Because that's the only one I need. Like, I don't even need... Obviously, I don't need to do the other ones on normal. I
Right.
just need Jaina.
But yeah, so we did that. Lin tank, that was fine. And then we found out that I think it was on like over the weekend. Prowl is he's our other main tank. He's gonna be gone for a month.
Ooh.
And we don't have a lot of off tanks. Apparently somebody at his work quit or something, and he got replaced, and so he has to go out and move out wherever he's going for 30 days and manage some site. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We're down so many tanks.
Oofa doofa. Someone's gonna have to, maybe, what's Bludgeon up to? Maybe she can pick up a shield.
Tuesday, we're going to, what's today? Before raid, apparently we're going to be discussing a restructuring for role raids. So I told them that Growliina has an alt named Booty, and Booty is a really good prot tank. So I think Booty's on deck.
Well, I'm gonna really hope that that's a late April Fool's goof 'em up, because Booty hasn't picked up... She has her Legion era shield still, but you never know. Maybe I'll have to take a new leadership role in the guild.
Well, you have to check her mailbox, because I told him that, and then he said that we can just send her BOEs. So she has a bunch of BOEs in her mailbox right now, ready to be put on. So get that gear out.
Will have to go check that.
But yeah, I mean, don't be nervous. Taking is the easiest thing you can do. That's fine. Yeah, that's
only
a little
why
rough.
it's only why they keep leaving.
Oh yeah, on Tuesday in raid we cleared blockade for the first time.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It was nice
Whoop,
to
whoop.
finally get that one down, and then we started pulling Jaina.
Oh,
and
man.
then we actually got a lot farther than I thought on Jaina.
Yeah, we really did.
I definitely thought we would not make it past that ship.
Well, and then you have to think, it's been such a long time since we've done Jaina, because we haven't, as Aaron said, we haven't done normal
We've only
Jaina.
done her twice. We did it the week we got to her, and then that Thursday when we cleared her.
So like I was thinking, oh no, we're gonna be all really rusty, and we had some really good first pulls. It fell apart eventually, but I think once we manage the being frozen in ice blocks, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it won't be a problem for too much longer if we are able to structure ourselves properly as a raid group again.
Let's
So do
pause.
we have some sort of mystical lockout today, or are we just hard chugging to Jaina?
I think we're probably going to end up starting at normal or something, trying to figure out what's happening and who's doing what role.
Well, I mean, I think if anything, we're only going to be starting at normal if people have alts to gear. I don't think we're going to be doing normal regularly, because like we can still do early heroic with our Tuesday group. Thursday seems to be the issue because we don't have a lot of people on Thursday. There's like 6-7 people that like reliably can't raid on Thursdays, which maybe means we should look into maybe changing the days up. I don't know, probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But if anything, what's going to happen is Lynn, who's our healer, is going to switch to being our warrior tank, which means he's going to need gear, which means we should do normal if that's the case. Because I'm not playing fucking warrior. When we did our alts on Tuesday, I played on bludgeon, and I was angry. I was so mad for the entire time. I'm like, this sucks. It does not feel good. Mage is so much better.
Yeah, I would just turn around and look over at Slide, and he was just like grimacing or just straight up angry, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I'm so slow. I hate this.
Yeah, people like warrior is so mobile. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's not mage mobile. It's bullshit. Meanwhile, Immune's over there on his mage, and I'm jealous that he's playing a mage. I'm like, ugh.
Well, we really, I don't know if I ever noticed it before, we really honed in on that one class that we're all huge fans of. Mage is just the best.
I'm just a fan of caster classes, so that's me.
That's very true. With my gross, not correct control style, I kind of have to be caster classes because I can't afford to have two hands on the thing all the time.
We can't let the public know about how you play.
No,
this must be a secret.
That's as far as the listening audience gets to realizing what horrors I concoct.
the Chamber of Secrets was almost open, but we closed it before Aaron's secret got out. But I feel like eventually it's going to come up again. But hopefully for now, it's just frozen by the basilisk. That's our best bet.
Maybe for our Halloween episode to really spook the audience, I'll just have someone take footage of my hands as I do it.
No.
Specifically questing, because questing I have to move my hand across the entirety of the keyboard.
You know, I haven't even gotten a good look at it, because normally when we play, like, there's very rarely were you playing, and I was watching you play. If you're playing, I'm playing. So I haven't gotten a good view. Maybe that will be a good Halloween thing, just having somebody live stream you during Raid and watching you play the fucking weird crisscross piano.
Or we could just
Spooky
all
theremin music. Oh,
spooky, scary skeleton. But yeah, we could have a Halloween themed episode where we just all talk about the spooky things we used to do in WoW and how we think back and have our like, ooh.
Aaron still does his.
Yeah,
That's how he plays now. He's stuck for life. It's like when you make a face and it gets stuck. That's Aaron. It's stuck now. You can't change it. Did you guys see the Blizzard April Fool's patch notes?
Yes, I did. Although, admittedly, I forgot it was April Fool's, so I'm like, what are they doing putting out this Goofenheimer patch note?
Yeah, you were talking about it. You were like, is this a real patch note?
I was searching through it like, where's the useful information? This is all, goofs and giggles are fun and all, but I want to learn.
I don't know what you mean. It's very useful. I was in desperate need of a new life counselor, so I'm glad that Beyblade is now here with me.
How did nobody ever... I have never heard the name Beyblade before. How did we miss that? We, as a people, had Naifu for like 2 years, and nobody called her Beyblade.
We were close, too. We were at Naifu.
Maybe Blizzard was silencing people on the forums if they did mention that name, because they knew it was so spicy they wanted it for themselves.
They're like, this is our April Fool's patch note!
What if we call it Beyblade? Hot ban. Which, by the way, I was messaged by someone named Blizzard yesterday.
Uh-oh. You better get your shit together.
Telling me they were a GM and that my account was saying hurtful comments or something like that.
Aaron, why people were reporting you? Why are you saying these things for? Why were you being so rude?
I had to send them information so they could clear things up. And the split second, I was like, maybe that's on the up and up. I mean, Blizzard is a hard name to get. Maybe even the GMs couldn't get it. That's why it had to be Blizzard.
What'd you send them?
I sent him a picture of Booty ATW's butt.
Perfect, because that's what you're going to be seeing when you raid on her tonight.
Yep. Which I did. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. As I aggressively logged on, I was like, shit.
April Fools.
I was like, did they really say it?
No, they didn't mail it. They have it sitting, and they're going to trade it to you later. So that's what's happening.
Sounds good.
I think my favorite of the April Fool's patch notes is the one that made me literally go out and buy Taco Bell that day. I guess monks have an ability called Mist Wrap, and it says Mist Wrap has been upgraded to Mist Wrap Supreme, which includes sour cream and cheese. And I was like, oh, that's good. And then I was like, fuck, I want Taco Bell now. And then literally that day, me and Immune went out and got Taco Bell. So congrats, Wizard. You won.
How many napkins you guys get?
We were only allotted like a small handful of them, so I probably only had about 10, sadly. And Felipe and Slide, with his illness, has used several of them for blowing.
I used basically them all for blowing, and now I have none for showing, and I'm a little mad about it.
Gary would be saddened by that news.
Does he know he's famous?
I'm sure if he did, he would be irate.
A handful of people have heard his story and how he loves Taco Bell napkins, and now he's ingrained in their minds forever. So,
and it's a slippery slope of me telling you to go follow my Twitter that has my name on it, and then using his name. Don't dox my dad, please, please. Don't
dox my dad.
Don't dox my dad.
No, he said it. He said dox my dad. He said it. So now you have to.
My dad's over there on the computer. Dox him. Franklin! Doc's my dad. Shut down his iMac.
Get him. I thoroughly enjoyed these April Fool patch notes. I feel like last year's weren't as funny, and this year made me go, ha ha, like at least 9 times. So that's pretty good.
They did have like 80 jokes, but 9 out of 80, that's still okay.
For sure. And then they had their more serious April Fool's patch with the undead one, right?
Oh, Wildhead did a thing where they said that they data mined the Lightforged undead, but it was a Wildhead joke. Well, people were like,
Wait,
"Oh my
that's
god,
Oh, what? That's not real.
this fool!
I got
April
goofed
Fool's
on again.
motherfucker." Did you
I
read
was
it?
like-
Did you?
I didn't. You just put it in the group, and I was like, awesome.
Yeah, it's the best when they're actually believable too, because that's where we all think it's going.
I guess the word Lightforged is like a goof 'em up. I'm like, well, that seems silly, but I mean, like, it's based on actual like book lore, so I'm like, hell yeah.
You big dummy, you got Goofenheimer down. How you feel? King Bob just pulled the ultimate trickster prank on you.
I'm gonna go dig myself a hole underground like the mining twins.
You mean Doug and Dave?
I didn't watch a lot of Recess.
Oh, did you even get that King Bob joke when he wanted to be a trickster like his old days, and then he tricked TJ?
I'm gonna be upside down, girl.
I'm recording the rest of this episode upside down.
I mean, this is a little peek behind the curtain, but for our listeners out there, I've recorded every episode upside down because I'm the true upside down girl.
She would have gotten a blood clot and died.
No, that's what made her so superhuman, is that something was up with her blood flow, that she could only be upside down or she'd die. That's canon.
Did her parents never pick her up, or did they just have like a dowel she would transfer onto like she was a sloth?
Yeah, kind of like that. It was kind of like, like in what towels hang on in your bathroom? She was hung on one of those for her entire life, and she grew up. Pretty cool.
That's honorable. This episode's dedicated to you, Upside Down Girl, background character of Recess.
This is for you, upside down girl.
Thank you,
Upside
thank you.
down girl.
Ooh, Upside Down Girl.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Upside down, girl.
Upside down.
Speaking of being upside down, Growliina decided to head back to the sandy orange shores of the Hellfire Peninsula for a special Outland report of Growl on the Prowl.
Hello, everyone. Growliina here, sweating under the hot Draenei sun. I'm here in Hellfire Peninsula to talk to the audience about their favorite BC quests and capers. But no one seems to be around. Let me just fly around for a bit and see who's biting. Well, I've been cruising for about an hour, and the only sentient life I've seen are some fellboar. But this reporter never gives up. Just gotta stay patient. Okay, it's been 2 hours now. I swear I saw a person in the distance killing an orc. But when I went to talk to them, they vanished. Guess I'll just wait for a second and talk to them when they reappear. Well, I waited there for a half an hour, and they never came back. Hellfire Peninsula sucks. Wait! I see a night elf down there. 3 hours of waiting, and I get my scoop. Ma'am, Growliina here for Do Not Relent. What is your favorite part of Outland? Anything? Please, anything, and I can leave. Flying? There you heard it, folks. Flying is neat, and this girl gets to go. Hopefully never to return. Till next time.
Well, after that trip in Outland, I won't blame you if you want to take another short vacation, Growliina. That place sucks.
I hate it.
I'll tell you what, that Growlina's a brave girl going out there to Outland.
Going on the path of victory, all those low poly Draenei skulls.
Shit.
I just realized I didn't even think twice about not going to Pandaria. I didn't go to Pandaria at all when I leveled. I used the fucking Cataclysm zones to level, like some weird monster. Ugh.
I don't think I've ever really leveled in there. I think I did Vashir once, and that was it.
I've done Vashir and hated the whole time. And I remember doing Mount Hyjal, and you get to a part with Aviana, and I'm like, okay, let's keep going, the quest line. And she's like, I have no quest for you. So I just kind of looked around, and I was like, shit, I guess I'll go somewhere else then.
It's like, see ya.
It was a weird bug, or I don't know if I did something wrong or I missed something. I just looked at her for like 15 minutes. She's like, nope, this is where it ends. Don't you love Kata?
There's probably an item in your bag you had to release. I ran into that so many times when it was like, yeah, you didn't press the secret capsule you had in your locket to release. What are you doing over here? Why are you dancing? It's so distracting. What's going on?
Shut up. Let me dance over here if I want to.
What are you dancing to?
Nothing.
Hold on.
Let me tell you right now, he was full on grooving. He was getting it.
Groove is in the house.
I was like, do you listen to music when you record? And then I don't see a Spotify, so I'm just he's literally just grooving to nothing.
Shut up.
I'm leaving this in. This is important that the world knows our secrets. They know Aaron's weird keyboard hands, and then Immune just breaks into dance breaks during recording sessions. I forgot what I was even saying. I don't remember. Deep hole.
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours. So there's like quests where it's like, yeah, can you press the button in your bag that's gonna lock it to unleash the souls of the living? And I'm like, what? The quest didn't even say to do that. Like, what do I have to do this for? And you press it, and then you get like 8 quests that pop up. I'm like, huh? What? Why didn't anyone tell me this? So I bet you had a secret Aviana feather you had to pluck or something.
Just rub it on your dick, champion. Really get it in there. I don't feel comfortable doing this. I'd honestly rather go to Vashir. You and I both know that's not true, champion. Put that feather in your dick hole.
Oh boy. This is tangentially related. Did you guys remember me talking about one of the shaman followers in the Legion Order Hall? Like the Lady Dwarf? I don't know if you remember that or not.
Does she also make you put feathers in your dick?
It's the one that goes down with you to find Thrall's hammer. And she's like, Thrall, here's your hammer. And he's like, no. And she's like, okay, champion, here's his hammer.
Because, like, in case people forgot, we started in Draenor with Draenor Darlings. But I was like, who the fuck's this random-ass dwarf shaman? Who's this stupid bitch? Like, what's she doing? Well, in Deepholm, she's, like, the main person. And she's crazy. She dangled one of the 2-headed ogre guys over the blade of a helicopter and threatened to drop him and kill him if he didn't give her secrets. It's like, what? Lady, you can't do this. And she dangled his body over the copters, like as if she was going to murder him.
That's pretty hardcore.
It's wild that she's even at Deepholm. I don't think I've ever been to Deepholm.
I beat it. I defeated Deepholm. That's one more off the list of Lore Master. We should have a who gets Lore Master first competition where we just don't try to work at it.
You'll
it
win.
Just happens naturally. I don't think so. I think Immune's going to beat me because he has a lot of Eastern Kingdoms done and I don't.
But that's all I have.
And we all have WAD, and we all have the ones past us, so we just have to go backwards now.
Mm-hmm.
We can do it.
I believe in us. I believe in Harvey Dent. There you go, there's an old comic book reference for you. Who's that for? I don't know.
It's for somebody out there.
Yeah, I'd like to think this podcast in general is for someone out there. Shout out to our Dirty 30.
Shout out to the Dirty 30! Leave us comments, please.
Yeah. But other new news, this week Blizzard released a new Jaina statue. What are our thoughts about this new Jaina Proudmoore statue?
I like it, except for the face.
1, that is my opinion, as well. 2, that is the general consensus I am seeing out there on like the forums and the Reddit and such. But I don't know if I feel as strongly as everyone else is.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I mean, like, I get it. I feel like it's hard. Think about how many Jaina faces there are out there. She's had a lot of different faces throughout, like, the expansions, and yeah, I guess they could have just made her most recent face, I guess. But I feel like it's not the worst thing in the world, and, like, I think we're still gonna buy it. Like, we're gonna buy one of these things.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The face is a little looking, but I like everything else about the statue so much. I love the pose, I love the water. It just is a really awesome looking statue, I think.
And, like, the Sylvanas face doesn't look like Sylvanas in game, right? I was looking at that, and they don't look to be that similar either. So what's the big hoopla?
People don't like Jaina.
I mean, I guess that's really what it boils down to is people just don't like Jaina. Like, I logged on to the Blizzard forums for something we'll talk about later, but that was like 4 to 5 postings of like, this Jaina statue is ugly as fuck. Like, this Jaina statue is an atrocity. And it's literally just the face of a thing that will go on your shelf and will consistently be like 10 feet away from you.
That's true.
Yeah, and there were a lot of comments I saw that were like not only just like negative towards the statue, but like kind of racist too. They're like, this doesn't look like Jaina. This looks like an Asian man in drag. I saw that like sentiment like 5 times across different platforms, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
I do not see an Asian man in drag. What faces or Asian men are they looking at?
The only thing I can see is the eyes are more closed because I think she's like focused.
It's like, have these people never seen somebody squint before?
Yeah, have they never seen someone in mid closing of their eyes?
It's like she's on a cliff, like a rock in the middle of the ocean. There's probably an ocean breeze that's in her face as she's staring out into the sea. That's probably what that is.
My favorite comparison, though, was someone said, this is just Jennifer Lopez. And to that I say, give me J-Lo Proudmore. I would love that. That makes it better, I think, if it's J-Lo Proudmore.
The second Warcraft movie is just confirmed, and I'm receiving news. Jenny from the Block is going to be playing Miss Proudmore, and I'm super excited.
Oh, man.
I've also heard that The Rock is coming in to play Thrall.
That's a crazy cast already. I wonder who Jack Black's going to play in that one. Probably Anduin, right? I can see Jack Black doing an Anduin.
Wow, I'm going to heal you.
I think that they are going to cast Danny DeVito as Gelbin.
Oh!
I created the tram!
That's actually a really good casting, I'd say. That's a really good casting call there, I'd say.
I'm taking whatever time we have left for this Jaina segment and doing more casting for Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm into this now.
I think that Brock Lesnar is going to be Rexar.
Wait, why? No, that one's not as good as Danny DeVito playing Gelbin.
He's big, he is rude, and he goes away for long periods of time, but everyone tells you he's still really important.
Okay, I guess I see it. Now, who would play Growliina? Because, she's got to be in the movie.
Well, tell you what, she just walked by, so let me ask her. Hey, Growl, who do you think would play you in the Warcraft movie? J-Law, for sure.
Wait,
Growl. Like, oh, yeah. J-Law.
No, actually, no, I'm going to change it. J-Lo. Jenny from the Block is going to be pulling double duty in this film. Sure, I'm not in as many scenes, because I'm just, like, in the background, but I demand star treatment.
So basically, J-Lo is going to be the new Austin Powers and just end up playing everybody in the movie? I think she can do it.
When it's right, it's right.
If there's any actress that has the chops, it's the former Miss Affleck.
Yeah, I guess she is.
Okay, I'm going to go on that vacation.
Oh, God,
I hate when she teleports in the studio. Now I have to pick all these things up off my shelf. Pardon me.
She's a messy hoe.
Well, while you clean up over there, we can get back on topic and finish up about this statue. Or, I think we're about done talking about the statue. But while we're on the topic of statues, I'm pulling time warp.
The lack of fanfare. It's just coughing and me solemnly going to the whiskey to pour a shot.
Now, I have my old Taco Bell water here from yesterday, so that's good. That's something.
That's about as toxic as what I'm about to drink.
It's like it's Baja Blast remnants with like a little bit of ice, so it's all just like it's discolored water, equally as gross.
Okay, so if you're new to the podcast, we do this little thing every week called Time Warp, and like the mage spell in the game, I pulled Time Warp, and now these two have 40 seconds to answer a trivia question that I present to them. And this week, I will be asking them to name as many characters that are made into statues in Stormwind or Ironforge. Are you ready? Get set.
Wait, Stormwind or Ironforge?
Yes, just those two.
What do you mean?
There are at least 7 I can think of.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Khadgar, Illyria.
Oh, I thought you meant real statues. Oh, Terralion.
Cars, Bronzebeard. What is his name? Daenath Trollbane.
Damn it, that was what I was supposed to think about. Who the fuck's an Ironforge? There are Ironforge
The
statues?
big statue guy.
The big guy in the front.
Shit,
Varian.
what are the
I'm counting Varian Rid's coffin as a statue. There's an Anduin one somewhere.
Argus!
Anduin statue.
Argus guy!
Argus and Terralion. I thought this motherfucker meant real ass statues. I'm like, what?
I had Magni Broadsbeard on my tongue, like, oh fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for this.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, but I would have counted him too because he was, a statue in Ironforge for a while.
He was a statue in Ironforge.
But Aaron won this time warp, a score of 3-2. He got Illyria, Khadgar, and Trollbane. Slide got Terralion, and I will count Varian because I guess technically he's a statue there and has a statue there now.
He has a statue.
But
I guess no. I was thinking of like his tomb, but also he does have a statue at the keep.
Oh, you're right. He does a statue at the keep. That's right.
yeah, the ones that I had that you guys missed were the Wildhammer statue. That's the last one of the 5 that are in front of the gates of Stormwind.
Just a Wildhammer?
Yeah, Kurdan Wildhammer.
Oh, you were close, Aaron. You said like Curtsy.
No, I
Bronzebeard.
said Kron's Bronzebeard. I thought his name was like Kron's or Crans or something. The guy with a hammer and an axe that you fly over his head.
That's the last one.
And I think
that's the last one I would have counted, and that is King Anvilmar, apparently.
King
Anvilmar.
Yeah,
well,
so Aaron, you have Time Warp next week.
Nice.
Well, I'm sick, so I'm not drinking, but I tell you what, I have in front of me a container from Taco Bell that contains the remnants of a Baja Blast mixed with ice. So it's just slightly discolored water that's been sitting here for 24 hours, which I think is equally as gross as a shot. So, here we go.
Gross.
Yep, that's warm Baja Blast remnants.
For your auditory amusement, I poured a shot of Jose Cuervo Especial, which this New Year's put literally everyone who came in contact with it to the bathroom. So I can't let it go to waste. This is for you, Dirty 30.
I guess our fan base is officially called the Dirty 30 now, guys.
That's not fun.
So did you finally defeat the jungle juice, whatever we were calling it, the gross amalgamation?
I drank all of it, so now the Jose Cuervo Especial is the new official DNR juice.
Whoa, hopefully we get sponsored out of that soon. That'd be great.
Although, hopefully they only listen to that part and not the fact that I said earlier, everyone who came in contact with it said it was disgusting.
We loved it. It was really good. There we go. Now we're good.
We'd get it forever.
You know what I just realized? Is that we're only 2 weeks out from the Crucible of Storms. Like, we're super close to having a nice little raid shake-up for us.
It's coming.
It's almost here. Crucible of storms.
Hopefully our raid team's together and fully figured out by then.
Hopefully the guild still exists when Crucible of Storms comes out.
At the rate we're losing people, we might be the only 3 left.
And people aren't even leaving due to like people like hating BFA. It's just real life shit. Like
Yeah,
that's the thing
it's
that
just
sucks.
like I have to move. I'm 58 years old and I can't play Warcraft anymore. I have to go sell this house in Montreal for months.
Yo, it's been 4 months since Bear's been online. Our GM's been 4 months absent. How do we make me GM? I'm ready. I want to be GM. I watched Paul Heyman do it. I watched Michael Cole be GM. I know how to be a GM, guys. I can do it.
Well,
Excuse me. I'd like to announce that I will be the new GM.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm throwing in my candidacy as the new GM tonight.
I guess this is it. We have Immune Guerrero. We have Slidewhistle Cole, and I guess you can be Hornswoggle. You can be Aaron's. Because don't forget,
I canonically live underneath the ring.
don't forget, Hornswoggle was once canonically the GM of Raw because he was the one behind the laptop that ran the show. That's right, a laptop once ran Monday Night Raw, and then it was revealed to be a leprechaun running the laptop behind running the show.
From underneath
and
the ring.
It is still not the dumbest thing WWE has done in this decade. So, due to recent circumstances, I have a new segment that is coming to the show. For anyone who was a fan of Heroes Callboard back when that was airing, we would go onto the World of Warcraft forums and talk about some of the postings there. So I have prepared a little mini guest segment from that show tonight.
Welcome.
Tonight's posting is by Looney, a level 20 Lightforged Draenei Paladin.
Oh boy, so they haven't done anything. They got on their Paladin and they were like, I'm going to the forums right away.
To post about a Horde matter. Said matter being, I hope they do the Horde Civil War right this time. Let Horde players pick a side. If it's Sylvanas, you lose access to Thunderbluff. It's hostile to you until the story is resolved. If you choose Sourfang or Bane, or whoever is against Sylvanas, you lose Orgrimmar and Undercity. Thunderbluff is your new main hub. I think that would be so cool. Like one item in MoP that I think turned you into a hostile to your whole faction. Right now, if you pick the traitor side, it doesn't seem like much happens according to what I read. So what are you guys' opinion on that?
Well,
do you think it'd be interesting for like there'd be a mini event for a month or two here where the traders have to go live in their own city now?
Can you imagine losing access to Thunderbluff because you sided with like it's so extra.
I mean, it's honestly how I am like normally would play Horde. I always forget that Thunderbluff exists. So
yeah, like oh no, I lost Thunderbluff.
As much as I hate Sylvanas, I'd side with her just so I have a canonical reason to not go to Thunderbluff.
Because we already weren't going to Thunderbluff.
Bumbleina gave his life in Thunderbluff, and I'm gonna honor his sacrifice by never going back.
Man, yeah, fuck that. I think they should just let the Horde. I think if you side with Sylvanas, you only get to hang out in the Undercity in its ruins, and that's it.
Well, although, and now that I'm thinking about it, I guess we're Alliance guys, so we don't know. But have you heard anything through the Horn? Can you go back to Undercity? I thought the Undercity was just no one could have it.
You can talk to one of the Bronze Dragon people and turn it back to regular, but in current,
like how they would do in Ashenvale.
Yeah, but in current game, it's still just nothing. It's just a blighted area that nobody can access if you don't talk to Zadormiu or whoever's out there. But like, I don't think there's any reason though. There's no like world bosses or anything out there. I don't think so. Why wouldn't you not? I guess.
Oof, it's a tough call between losing Orgrimmar's 17 banks and vertical elevators versus Thunderbluff's nothing and elevators.
But
The
Yeah,
Horde's in a
they're-
really tough situation right now.
it sounds like we chose the correct side of this civil war by just choosing alliance to begin with, and it sounds like this guy decided to do the same with choosing to, play a Lightforged Paladin now.
Where's the lie? I don't see it. It's so funny to me that like their posting thing was up to level 20 Lightforged Draenei. Like they literally made like they switched their posting character to that guy, but they didn't even use him yet. So what are they doing? Why are they doing that?
They're just really excited to do that on point RP.
I think they were just excited about Zapartos. They must have heard our episode last episode.
Tuberto.
Fuck yeah, I gotta do. They actually didn't want to play their paladin. They just really wanted to run the Tapartos quest, and they're like, well, I guess I got this guy now.
Man, Thunderbluff is such a bad city, though. And I'm not over how bad that city is. People like it. People love it. They said that they go back there all the time for like their auction house and stuff on their bank. Because I guess you can be on mounts outside, but can't you do that in Orgrimmar too? You can mount in your auction house in Orgrimmar, I think.
I honestly
don't know.
don't even know where the auction house is in Orgrimmar.
Well, it's hard to find it because there's 17 of them.
They're
Makes
so
sense.
unstructured.
Every
Ugh.
building is an auction house or a bank. Try and find your friends. You won't. Take our elevator and just jump off because you're tired.
It's basically it. Kill yourself and hope somebody helps you find the way later.
You're a shaman. You can just res yourself at the bottom, right?
Let me tell you, my goat has been got by Blizzard.
Oof, how?
I complained about every day of my life, but on my mage, when I would use the Flight Master's Whistle, sometimes it would take me to a flight path that I didn't have yet. So you know how in like Drustvar, there's that town on fire, and if you don't set the town, you can't use the flight point. It would drop me
Mhm.
off there, and then I'd have to run my ass out of there. And so because I was on my main for a warrior, I was doing all that, so I lost those flight points. So I worked my ass off doing these basic quests for nothing, so I could get these stupid flight whistle paths. And it turns out on March 27th, they fixed it. They fixed that bug. They waited until after I had gotten all the flight paths on my mage, and now the flight master's whistle no longer will drop off players in unintended locations. That's so rude.
I also like how long that took to do. BFA has been out for what, 8 months at this point, and they were like, new update, the flight whistle will no longer fuck you over.
It will no longer take you to places you cannot fly from.
It'll no longer dump you in the middle of the literal maelstrom.
I mean, if I had to think, it probably only happened to people who were on alts. Because if you're on your
Mhm.
main, you'd have all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Upside down, girl.
Upside
Upside
down.
down. Ooh, nothing's right in this world, including my girl, 'cause she's upside down.
I think it is time to slide on into our sexiest NPC of the week.
Oh, I hope it's upside down, girl. Except, wait, no, that's
Oh,
fine.
no, you don't. She's
No,
a
no, I
child.
don't.
She is a
Never
child.
mind.
She is a child.
Redacted. That's correct. Redacted.
Redacted, bracketed.
Not cool.
Oh, this week's sexiest NPC of the week is a Draenei female NPC found in the disgusting wastelands of Hellfire Peninsula, known as Scout Vanura.
Ooh.
Oh,
Question mark?
literally who?
Ooh. Who? Ooh, sex.
Who?
So let me tell you, this week when I was leveling through this zone, everything was bleak. Everything was miserable. But then I turned around and look at this cutie who was coming up the stairs. And she had a quest for me. It was none other than Scout Vanura. Look at her T-Mog. I need this outfit.
So we are now looking at her. So we have visuals. We'll post her on the Twitter so all y'all can see. Oof. Let me tell you, I see what you saw in her now.
I mean, that whole area was just
I
a sea of broken Draenei and sad, like, weird, like, spider things. And then she was a beacon of hope that I would make it through this region.
I do not know what tactical advantage her corset armband combo gives her, but dang if I don't love it. Shit, dude.
And she can also color coordinate real well. That's a good looking set.
I know,
Looks real good in that
I need
set.
to get me a pair.
I can confirm you can get that shirt because Growliina has that shirt, not those pants though. And I think she has those gloves too. But I'm pretty sure to get it, you have to keep doing Hellfire Peninsula. So, oof.
No, Immunization's Scout Vanilla cosplay will never be completed.
Now, let me tell you, we weren't the only ones to think she was sexy. On the Wowhead page for her, there's one comment posted in 2016 that says, this is by Horv Bali. I don't know why, but she is more than sexy in this clothing, smiley face.
And you know what? We have to agree.
So
I very much agree.
There are some Scout Venura fans out there. And also, someone responded to that comment and said, I have those clothes on and all, but what is her dagger? And then somebody asked, wait, what's the outfit? People want to know everything about her. We gotta find out this information, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because she was so random. Like, she gave you one quest, you completed it, and then it was over. And it was, like, not part of the main quest chain. So, like, you easily could have missed her. And, like, I almost missed her when I was trying to turn in because she was just walking up and down the staircase. And, like, it was a long tether range that she had to roam around. So I almost didn't even find her again. And I was sad that I'd never get to see that face again.
Yep, she gives a single quest and then she tells you to hit the bricks.
What?
Ain't that just like a woman?
That's crazy. She's like, yeah, this is all I'm gonna do. Here, what's the quest? It's like kill 8 things. Of course, it's an Outland quest. Why wouldn't it be?
There's no variation or story to these. Kill 7 pigs, give me pig's blood, and then leave.
And goddamn, if you're enthralled by her sexy body, that you're just like, well, I guess I'm gonna go kill 18 beasts. I'll be back in 40 minutes.
I would let her stomp on my genitals with her
hooves. And there you have it. That's our sexiest NPC of the week.
Whoa, wait, what are you doing with that hoof?
Fuck.
Well, we'll be sending this award to you in the mail, Scout Venura. Hopefully it can get to you in Outland or wherever you are.
It's going to take her a while because that tether range is so far. She has like 47 years to get back to the nearest post office.
Honestly, it's kind of fucked up for us to send her mail because we're making some poor mailman run out to Outland and have to endure that horrible hellscape just to give her a letter that says, here's your award.
No, it's just like the people in the New Dell like basement post office that have to sort out where these letters are going through, and then like they get one that comes up and they're like, Scout Venura, who's that? I don't know where this goes, and then we make them like fail their achievement.
Yeah, they fail their achievement and then they have to restart again. Oh, Katie Stamp Whistle, you couldn't help me out. I'll never make postmaster if I keep getting personal mail like this.
Ooh, I think Katie Stamples going to have her day in the sexiest NPC sun soon. Because let me tell you, she's looking real fine and she's real helpful. She's got deep pockets full of mail. All right, we can move it into our top 2/bottom boot of the week, where we talk about things. We talk about things that we liked that happened, which is a top 2, or things that we hated that happened, which is a bottom boot. Aaron, I'll let you go first. What do you got? Top 2 or bottom boot?
Even though bottom boot has been established, and I feel like I have more poor adventures sometimes than positive ones, I do have a top 2 this week. going through Stranglethorn Vale. I'm sorry, it took me a hot second. There is a quest where you have to take control of a little raptor and help him escape Zul'Gurub. And I remember when I went through this on the first time, it took me 12 ever. Because it's a stealth mission, and I hate stealth missions. And I was just like, I hate this. This is so dumb. It almost made me stop doing Stranglethorn. But when I did it again with my boy Randleman, I don't know if I have that superior Chad 25-year-old mind. I one-shot it, and I was like, wait, this was the quest. And I just did it. And
Wow.
I felt really cool, and then a horde shaman one-hit me. But it doesn't matter, because I did the quest, baby.
Wait, was it a Mag'har Orc Shaman? Was it him? Was it the one? The one I was fighting?
It was a troll.
Oh, I was about to say it. I'll
It was a
fight
lady
him. I'll
troll.
fight him anywhere.
But it was fun because it was at Nessingwary's expedition, which has neutral guards that are 120. So they were like, I'm going to pocket this kid. And then they hit me. And before like my body even fell to the ground, all of those level 120 bland-ass humans lit this boy up. And he just fell to the ground. I'm like, well, don't you feel silly now?
Got him.
So, immunization. What is your top toot or bottom
Boo.
Well, I'm going to take advantage of this new thing over here, and I have a bottom boot this week. And
Do tell.
my bottom boot this week is having to level through Outland. And I'm not done yet, so it might as well be my bottom boot next week, too.
You're only in the second zone of like 6. You're fucked.
I know.
It's going to be 6 straight bottom boots.
Until I'm out of there, until I make it to Pandaria, this is going to be my bottom boot. But other than muting Scout Venura, there's nothing else that I've enjoyed, really. The scenery is so drab, the quests are all kill 5, kill 10, kill 20 of these things. And I swear, I've had sets of quests from 2 different groups of people that have sent me across Hellfire Peninsula back to the same area to kill the same mob, like on 2 separate occasions. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Are you telling me that pink spiny pigs aren't your favorite thing to kill?
Ugh.
Because you have to kill them probably every 3rd quest.
And I did. But yeah, Outland sucks. And the last portion of Hellfire Peninsula had a quest to start it, and it popped up, and the quest's name was Outland Sucks. So, like, they have to know what they were doing here, that they were just making a shit zone. Because I fly over there to help these goblins, and they're like, yeah, Outland sucks. And I'm like, yeah, same.
At this point, we should just give you a segment called Escape from Outland and see, well, did you make it out of Outland? Nope, still here. Hellborn noises.
Hellborn noises in the background. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely my bottom boot for this week. Slide, how about you? Do you have a top toot toot or a bottom boot?
I got myself one of them top toots this week. I was running some dungeons on my Kultiran Outlaw Rogue, and I can't remember the dungeon specifically, but it's the one that has Ozark, the guy who goes, break yourselves upon my body.
It's a Cata one, Mana Tombs.
That sounds right to me. It's that one. And so we had a tank who insisted that the hunter must have his pet Growl on, and he yelled at him, turn off Growl. And he was like, dude, I don't have Growl on.
Why would you want to turn me off?
He was tired of it, apparently. He was yelling about it. And the guy was like, dude, I don't have it. I don't got it on. And so the paladin tank, ended up quitting over this. He just left. And we're like, okay, well, let's keep pulling without him. We ended up clearing that dungeon with no tank. We just walked.
Just using the pet as the tank?
Well, so he left. He left before. He left right when we killed the last boss, or the first boss, because he was like, if I kill the first boss and I leave.
He left after we killed the last boss.
For the first boss, because he was like, oh, I'm not getting deserter. So we're like, okay, well, we can kill trash while we wait for a tank. a tank never came. And we got to Ozark, and we're like, and I was like, guys, I'm a rogue. I can mass cloak us. So I mass cloaked everybody to walk past Ozark. We just skipped him. And we killed the last boss, and then we got our stuff and we got out of there. So it was great. So I'm going to give a shout out here to Ray Lara from Goldarin, Beliza from Ravenholt, and Fog Hune from Wormrest Accord. And if you're out there, Light Guns from Decondrius, fuck you. It's your fault we had to do this. Light Guns, you suck.
I swear, that is the most problematic dungeon I have ever been in. Probably for every 10 times I run it, only 2 times am I able to complete it. Because people get tired, and a lot of the time it's like before Corborus. Like they get down to Corborus, the first boss, and they're like, I don't know, it's not worth it.
Well, if the DPS fuck up and they don't focus one thing in the trash pack before Corborus, and then if they fuck up the trash before Ozark, it can suck. So I kind of get it, but like, come on, just do it. Just stick with it. And you get to see Moss Manastorm, so that's kind of cool. And with that, I think we're about done here. We got nothing else to cover. Just get ready for a lot of WrestleMania talk next recording, because it's going to be fresh on my mind, because we're going to record basically right after the Mania. So I'll try to keep that to a minimum, I feel like. But it's so exciting. The road's closing. But if you guys have any questions, complaints, if you want to compare our fantasy rosters to each other in wrestling, you can send me an email at donotrelentlpod@gmail.com. You can also tweet at us on the Twitter at donotrelentlpod. And they can find you guys in cyberspace at...
You can follow me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at NewEraAlex.
And you can find me, Aaron, the human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter.
That's it from us. We'll see you guys next week. Grookey Gang's out of here. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
Grookey Gang, Grookey Gang, Grookey Gang.